And you know, it really comes down to a matter of taste, doesn't it? Because when all is said and done, the food ends up in your mouth.
A lot of it has to do with the tongue. Yeah.
Trevor Peasbody here, talking about all things noodle, and we're taking something of an Asian perspective, which is why we are in the specialty restaurant. This is Jimmy Kwek Kwan.
And I don't care.
Sorry?
What?
We'll start with an historical background. Now, many people think the noodle came from China. Not so. I have done a great deal of research, you see, ancient texts and scrolly things. The noodle comes from the Byzantine Empire, where it was created by one Noodleitis. And he was the first to take his noodle public. Now, that would have been about 200 BK, before kitchens. The significance of that, you see.
I really like a good stew. As for noodles, well, yeah, I make spaghetti out of them. I toss them into chicken soup. Good manly foods. Wrote a lot of recipes for them in my cookbook.
Yes, Chef Lou did write a intriguing
And best-selling.
and amazingly best-selling cookbook.
Thank you for bringing that up. The Macho Gourmet. Real food for real men, cooked by a real man. Available online or at your local bookstores for a discounted price of $14.95.
And among all those ever so masculine recipes, there is one standout, the SS Ferguson stew.
Best stew ever. Lots of potatoes, not a noodle in sight.
Wow. And yet, it was the signature dish that did in fact bring us together.
Together? What's that supposed to mean?
For the show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But just for the show.
Now, Chef Lou is famous, in a way, for having honed his culinary skills during maritime service.
What the hell are you talking about? I did what?
I say you learned to cook on a boat in the Coast Guard.
Oh, yes, sir. USS Ferguson. Chief Petty Officer Lewis O'Malley reporting for duty. Semper Paratus. Always ready.
Chief Petty Officer? Shouldn't it be Chef Petty Officer?
What?
Sorry?
Huh?
The noodle is ever such a happy food, isn't it? Now, the most fun thing you can do with your noodle, you can pull it, you can extrude it, you can make it ever so long by tugging on it.
I like to pull mine into a bunch of different shapes.
One thing to note, you must use gluten. Oh, you know, the dreaded gluten. Because if you do not, your noodle will not have any elasticity. It will not be malleable. And so you end up with, what? Something of a flaccid noodle. Nobody really likes that, do they?
No. Had a pastry chef with that problem.
Sorry.
Nothing helped. Poor guy took a bunch of pills, still no go. Finally, we hooked him up with a lady for hire in Vancouver. Bingo. She must have been extremely gifted. Or maybe she just had some beautiful glutens. Oh. Holy, what the hell is that?
Gyoza, you see, is the Chinese version of the Japanese gyoza, which is a pot sticker or a dumpling. Could be pan-fried, could be boiled, could be steamed, and it's filled with ever so lovely pork or beef.
Well, I gotta tell you, the dumplings are a lot easier to make, because them pot stickers, they actually stick to the pot.
This dish reminds me a good deal of the Korean dish moul mandu.
Oh, yeah? I'm thinking with this recipe, the The dew came from your little doggy under the table. Here you go, boy. A little Hong Kong doggy treat for you.
Reggie, no, boy. Don't eat that. It'll give you the poofty bums, you know.
Him? What about us?
Really, Chef Lou, don't feed him. His table manners are so poor to begin with.
Okay. But if that dog keels over, I'm not eating the entree.
Traditionally, the noodle is eaten with a chopstick, with a fork, or with the fingers, or in the style of the mystic gypsies of Ranjapur, plucked from the bowl with the toes. Now, you have to be ever so spry, don't you, with very dexterous tootsies.
Yeah. And we ate them with spoons on board the Ferguson. In fact, we tried to eat everything we could with spoons. In rough seas, a fork or a knife can become a lethal weapon.
Oh, yes. Spoons. Mummy's second husband, the Spoon King of Great Britain. Oh, weren't you something special? We wouldn't consider making a fork or a knife. We only make spoons. Mommy's little boy toy.
Well, anyway, I take noodles. I like them macaroni ones. I cook them, put them in a bowl with some tuna fish, mash them together. I use a fork for that. I add some mayo, pepper, some of that seasoning from the Middle East, Israel or somewhere.
Kosher salt?
That's the one. Pour in a splash of Miller beer for a little fizz, add an angry shot of Tabasco, and roll the whole thing up in a tortilla. One of my signature dishes, Lou's Tuna-roni-tilla, page 39 of the Macho Gourmet.
And in making dumplings, you see, the
I
important...
made that dish on Beat Bobby Flay. I would have beat him too, but he cheated. Started using something called a pressure cooker. Pressure cooker. Where did he pull that out of?